rolls on. Rush way to say you cannot stop football. Today we have with us the master scout and tactical genius, Mario Rivera. He's, he is the UEFA Pro License coach, and he will be sharing his experience with us today. So welcome to our show, Mario sir.
Thank you for the invitation. For me, it's a big pleasure to share this time with all of you.
Okay. So first thing, players, we are going to be keeping last 10 minutes for the your questions and answers. For now, I will be putting up the questions front of Mario, and then we will be going ahead. Last 10 minutes to give you all the questions which you want to ask him. So we will be going ahead with that. So we start with our today's webinar. So my first question to you, Mario, how did you get into this game? Was it easy, being from Spain, like we Indians get, a chance to get into cricket, or we play cricket daily, or, was it a difficult journey for you?
Yeah, for me, all of my memories are with a ball from a kid. I always played in the school, in the street every time. And from this age to now, I always think in football, and I always wanted to be inside of the football, like as a coach or as a player or as management and whatever. And and for me, was amazing to join to the Indian football, because I think Indian football is a very nice football, because still don't have a high development of all of the players, and the players that you are coaching are basically mainly the talented players, and that's very good for a coach. And and I reached Indian football because I started in East Bengal as assistant coach with Alejandro Menendez. And for me, now I can say that this decision was one of the best decisions, because after the decision, I know India and Indian people and Indian football, and it was a nice experience for me.
Okay. And how was your family support towards this decision of yours?
Yeah, always I'm lucky, because always my family support me. My parents first, and now my wife. She knows that this is my passion, and she always support me and always respect me, and she come with me if she can, she come with me to spend the time in India or another country. But she always support me, and when I was a kid, my parents also supported me to play football.
Okay, that's great to hear that, you have such a good family support. God bless your family. Who was your influencer? Because you started coaching, at a very young age. I think so at the age of 19, 20, you started, trying to achieve your licenses. So, how did you find, who was your influencer who influenced you to get into coaching?
Yeah, for coaching, my father was a coach, not professional, but semi-professional coach, and my vision to watch the matches always was like a coach vision. He always after we saw a match, he always asked me, did you see this moment, or did you see this player, or did you see this combination play? and not only I never was a supporter watching only the dribblings or the shooting or something like that, because my father always talked me about tactical situations, tactical plays, and I think that this is one of the things that make me a coach, or wake up inside me a coach vision.
Okay. And what was your background from the school and university? Did they support you with marks, getting your marks, your scholarships? How did you, get the support from there?
Yes, I was lucky because my school had a field football, and it was it was very bad because it was inclined with a lot of bumps, hard ground, not grass, not turf. But what's amazing, because all the time we played football before to start the school, in the playtime, and after the school, we always played, and my family, and in the school and in the university, I always study and play football at the same time. For me, it was at the same important level, because study is very important, very important. It's the most important thing for the future of people. But I always love to play football, and you have to do the things that you also enjoy. And I study at the same time. I always play football. If you want, you can do both at the same time.
Okay, so kids, it's very important, message from you that learning and playing and balancing yourself for education is one of the most important things. So as we are on this question, what do you think? Indian football, all the players who are there, should they be getting marks and sports scholarships if they are doing such kind of level of sport, to any sport, not only football, but any kind of sports, if the kid is doing, you think the schools and universities should support it?
Yes, I think that marks are very important, but for me, it's much more important that kids play sports and study at the same time. If you studied and you get a mark of 7, and he or she, this student is playing 2, 3, or 1 sport, it's better that situation that another students that can get a 8 or 9 mark, but is not playing sports, because sports will get to all of the kids important values for the future, and to be a better person. When you are playing sport, you have to do big efforts. You will improve your willingness, and many important things, many important values for the future of the people, to be better, to be a better person. But also, or more, the important is the education. But the important thing is to get the balance, to get good marks, but also playing sports.
Oh, okay. So, guys, we have heard it from Mario. Yes, there is a future heading for football and for any sport which you play. Your school and your universities should support you, and you should be taking help from your school and your university. And does not mean that you should not be playing the sport. You should enjoy your sport and have an equal balance. So we have a small video right now before I move on to the next segment of questions, because this is now we are heading into youth football and we're getting into pro level of football. So Nishad, I request you to just play, the video.
Say again, sorry.
Now we are going to play a video right now, Mario, where as we are heading to our next segment of question, which is going to be professional playing, professional
Okay.
players. How do you handle? So this is one of the videos where we have just picked up where Jose Mourinho is, talking about Balotelli. So, a small video, we want to show it to everybody, and then we will come back to you with the, so I want everybody to just have a look, at the video. Nishad, can you play the video?
Yes.
What was the most problematic player you ever had to deal with?
I think the most problematic.
I'm thinking of a few.
The most problematics. They were funny. They were funny.
Can I give you a suggestion?
Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mario. Mario was good fun. I could write a book of 200 pages of my 2 years in interview with Mario, but the book would be not a drama. The book would be
A comedy.
a comedy. I remember one in Kazan. We went to Kazan in the Champions League, and in that match I had all my strikers injured. No Milito, no Eto'o. I was really in trouble, and Mario was the only one. Mario gets a yellow card in minute 42, 43. So when I go to the dressing room at halftime, I spend, I would say, 14 minutes of the 15. I was spending 14 minutes speaking only for Mario. Mario, I cannot change you. I cannot make a change. I don't have a striker on the bench. Don't touch anybody. Play only with the ball. When we lose the ball, no reaction. If somebody provocates you, no reaction. If the referee makes a mistake, no reaction. Mario, please. Minute 46.
No way.
Red card.
No way.
Okay. So I think, Mario, you might, might have seen this video or this interview before also. So just think that you were with the East Bengal team and you have been with so many teams. So you might be getting such players like this, and how do you handle, your calmness, your knowledge, and how do you get your work done from them?
Yes, with the professional players to handle them, sometimes coaches sometimes forget the type of person that the players are. The important thing is that you need to know them. You need to know them, and after you know the person, you can coach. You can teach him, or you can coach all of them. But the important thing for a coach and for a player is that both parts need to collaborate, because if you have one player that he play in one style, you cannot change him totally. That's impossible. And for the players, it's the same. When you are playing for a team, you have to adapt, or you have to try to adapt part of your style of play to the coach. This is the important thing. For that, it's important the communication, and the communication. For the communication, you have to be open mind. In this case, with Mourinho and Mario Balotelli. Mourinho talked to Balotelli for 14 minutes, but I'm sure that Balotelli didn't listen any moment to him. This is the difference. He can speak 1 hour or 2 hours, but if the player doesn't want to listen, this is the problem. Now it's very, very important, the communication between professional players and coach, because before players, before coach, we are person, and first we have to link the person before to link the player with the coach.
Okay.
And for the players, I will suggest that if they have anything to say to the coach, go to the coach and say, please, coach, can I speak with you for 1-2 minutes? And tell him what are your feelings, because this situation will help the coach and will help the player. It's very important, the communication. And sometimes players don't want to talk to the coaches, and it's very important that they tell to the coaches what are they feeling.
Okay. So it's a great experience which stands with you. I know you have been speaking with that knowledge of yours. So, we all, the coaches who are there right now listening to Mario and who are handling players, it's a great advice. Moving on to my next question is, what is it, what do you see as a coach, into young budding players, who are heading to become professionals? What you would like to see, and what is your message for, the young budding players?
Yes, the main difference for a coach between kids and professional is that with kids, your main target is to teach them and to do better players and to develop the skills of the players. But when you are coaching to professional players, they have many things around the football, because most probably they are married, or they have problems with their family, or have sons, or maybe his children have any problem or something like that, that you need to know. You are not coaching only the footballer, you are also coaching the person, and this is the main difference for me. When you coach grassroots, is much better for the coach, because you are only focused to teach, and to teach at the same time that the children are enjoying making one of the things that they love to do, that is playing football. And this is easy, and this is the main difference between grassroots and professional players.
Oh, okay. And what strengths, as you see in an athlete, what like your strength as being a coach, and how do you pass on your strength to your players?
Sorry, I couldn't hear good.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now better.
Okay, your strength as both as an athlete, okay, and as a person. So
Yeah.
how do you juggle between both?
Yes, you have to. If you are talking about me, for example, for me, my strengths or the values that I am trying to be better are to be honest with the players. This is very important. You cannot promise to a player that you will play or something like that. You have to be honest with the players and also the players with the coach, but the coach cannot promise things that he cannot do, or he's not sure to do. And for example, you have to do a very hard work. Very hard work for a coach is very sometimes looks easy, and people are watching a match and is telling, oh, why don't change this player for this one, no? And looks very easy, and most probably during the last week this one of these players had a problem with the family, or maybe it was illness or something like that, or he's in a bad mood, mental, or something like that. You have to control, as a coach, you have to control many things, and to do that you have to do a very hard work to prepare everything, and then to be ready to control all of this situation. And maybe the last one that I think I'm well in it, but I'm trying to be better every day, is to trust in people. You have to trust in your coaching staff. You have to trust in the players. You have to trust in supporting the staff and everyone. You need to trust, and first you have to trust in them to try to receive the same from all of them.
Okay. So that is, way of being honest and being trustful. That is one of the strength every coach and every player, who wants to communicate with his coach should have that. So yeah. So moving on to my next is how, like, we have seen your journey from, being an entire transition, from being a youth coach and then with the professional team. So, how do you see those competitions? How did you handle those competitions? And what is the difference between handling a youth team and a professional team?
Yeah, the important thing for a coach in between these two situations is that in grassroots you have to focus to teach the players and to develop the talent of the players. The problem is that sometimes not only coaches, also management of clubs are evaluating the coaches because the result of the success. And in grassroots, you have to evaluate a coach because the improvement of the players, not the success, because that is the important thing. You are coaching grassroots to do the players better. And the difference with a professional is that you have to get a good performance and good results at the same time that you have to do better the players. This is the most difficult thing to get as a professional coach in a professional team, because you need to improve the level of the players, but at the same time you need to win to keep your position. This is the main difference.
Okay. That is a good journey. My next thing is, right now during this COVID situation, what drives you to get up in the morning, train, or talk to the players, or how is your journey you have been handling during this COVID situation?
Yeah, you have to use your time and you have to adapt to the situation. I think that this is time for not only for coaches, also for players. It's time to read and to read about many things, because all of the books can you give good skills to develop. And also it's time to watch matches, but not watch matches as a supporters. I would like to recommend to all of the players to watch a match looking the players that don't have the ball, the players that are waiting to receive the ball or making moves, or the defending players. This is a different way to watch the matches, but it's very, very useful for players to learn about the movements without the ball, because remember that one football player only touches the ball 3% the time in a match. It's more important the things that you are making without the ball. And now we have time. We have to stay a lot of time at home, and should be very good for players to watch matches looking the players without the ball.
Okay, so players, it's a great time for you all. A great advice coming from Mario is that you, when you're looking, don't look at as a fan of a club or a fan of a country. Look as your position, the way you can look at that player and grow yourself. So moving to my next question is, how do you think nutrition is important for the players? Because one of the most important thing, and which all the parents who are there on this webinar right now, their all questions will be, how is nutrition? How did you challenge during you were handling the youth team? So how did you handle those situations which come after nutrition?
Yeah, nutrition are really, really very, very important. People think that a player is only go to practice 1.5 hours, 2 hours, and that's all. But if you don't have a very good nutrition, you cannot have the energy to develop all of your skills and to get a good performance. And when when we talk about a professional player, the things that he's doing in the field, it's about 60%, 50-60%, and the other 40 or 50% are two things: nutrition and rest. These are very, very, very important, because if you don't rest and you don't have a good nutrition, it's impossible that you can get a very good player, or you can get to be a professional player. It's very important to do a balanced nutrition, to to eat many vegetables, water, a lot of water every day. And India is a country that you need to drink more water than another country, because it's too hot, and for example in Calcutta the humidity is too high, and these things are very, 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 very important. I think that all of the clubs should have a special formation for grassroots players. It's only one day to join everyone, and one professional of nutrition talk to them, and they will be better, or they will get more chance to be professional player. For example, we had in East Bengal one player, Kasim Aidara, if you remember, central midfielder, and Carlos Nodar, our physical trainer, changed his nutrition, and he improved a lot his performance. He had all of the matches, he had cramps, he had many problems, and he changed the nutrition and started to drink more water, and no more cramps. He could run more kilometers, more fast, more efforts in a match. This is the things that you need to do to be better, is to control your nutrition.
Okay. So guys, nutrition plays one of the most important roles, in playing. You cannot, because most of the players whom I have met, they come and play empty stomach. So, very important, the nutrition advice given by Mario. Mario, my next question is, players who are injured, and, who get severely injured, like they're operated, or, they have been told for a 6 months rest by, the doctors. So what do you think? Like, how should they manage those 6 months, or they should give up football? How do you suggest injury management thing, with the players?
Yeah, now after these 6 months, it's very important to to work in a progress, in a step-by-step intensity practice, because we cannot start with a high intensity. We have to do a good progression, and we have to start to feel in again to wake up our muscle, our body to practice football. We have to, because the problem is that now all of the kids are crazy to play, and they want to play many minutes and to play in a high intensity, but we have to control it, and we have to do a progression work. We have to work short time in the first day, next time a little more, and also with intensity. We have to up the intensity step by step to avoid the injury, and also all of this time that that we have to stay at home, we have to try to do different exercise that we can do at home or in the downstairs or something like that. We have to do I forget we have to do the ability with the ball or something like that, or playing with a wall, or to be a little ready to for the return to the practice.
Okay. So players, all those who are injured, who have been messaging me, who say that we are injured and we are depressed. So just a motivation thing, from Mario, don't give up. Keep on working, keep focusing, rest yourself. Make yourself, utilize in a better way, and obviously you will come back to the sport strong. So Mario, personal, as we are having this conversation, and there's a personal question. What was your most cherished moment, of your career, which you really enjoyed, and you yet remember it, when you sit on the table and you just get a smile on your face?
Yeah, maybe it's difficult to decide. Maybe I should decide between three. For example, for grassroots time, for me was amazing the promotion with under 19 of Leganés to the first division. It was amazing because it was like when I closed my cycle of coaching in grassroots, and after that I have two abroad very good memory. That one is when with Brunei. Brunei is one of the worst country in football. When we went to Thailand with the under 21, it was incredible because I put with all my players, we put our name in the history of the country in football history, and it was amazing with 40,000 people in the stadium. It was very amazing, and also for me was a big surprise the mood of the Kolkata derby, and obviously I had an amazing cherished moment when we won both derbies in 1819.
Oh, okay, that's a great that's a great memory. So, which is your favorite team, favorite club, and the best match you enjoyed?
For me, the best team on my team is always have been Real Madrid. I'm from Madrid, and all my family are supported of Real Madrid, and I am also supported of Real Madrid. And the match that I enjoyed was when Spain won the World Cup versus Deutschland. That was amazing. It's impossible that I can forget this moment. As a supporter, I live this moment, and this always will be one of I think the best match that I watched as a supporter.
Okay. So, Mario, with this, I finish, my questions, and now we keep it open, for we're going to be picking up maximum 5 to 6 questions, maximum 10 minutes, which we have with Mario. So, anyone, who wants to put up their questions can can put it online, and you can ask. So we already have questions coming up already. So I will just read it for you. So, how are you trying to keep your team, especially new signings, connected together during lockdown? Apart from online training, what kind of impact do you think the lockdown will have on a team bonding and chemistry?
Yeah, during the lockdown is very difficult to manage the team, but you can do different things. For example, you can do Zoom meetings with all of your teammates, all of your players, and you can talk about different things, or not only is football, because in a team it's very important that the team should be a family, and a family have to share different moments, not only football moments, and it's important to talk about everything. And for example, we made different things, like I send a match or a short match to the players, and after that I ask to them, if you are the coach, what will you do in this match, or something like that. Or for example, with the nutrition also, we made some Zoom sessions, meetings with during the lunch, for example, and all of the players had to do a good lunch, and we share and we lunch at the same time, and we show to all of them, this is my lunch, I prepare with this vegetable or with rice or something like that, and you are wasting time with your teammates. You cannot play together, but it's not only playing. Some of the players of a team will be friends for all life, and it's important to share not only football moments, also different moments.
Okay. We have, I think so, this question is from an East Bengal fan and an East Bengal supporter. So the question is, what was your experience with East Bengal, and how do you find the upcoming players at East Bengal, and what is your future plans with East Bengal?
My experience with East Bengal has been fantastic, both seasons. First full season was amazing, and the last season, the part that I was, we start bad, but we changed and we started playing well, and finally it was amazing. And the last moment was winning Kashmir match, and the memories are very good. And for the future, I hope that East Bengal can play ISL, but I still don't know. And I hope to be the coach also. But all of these Bengal fans have to be happy, because the Indian team that we have signed are a very good Indian team, and we will add very good foreigners, and we'll do a good team to be very, very competitive in ISL or I-League.
Okay. We have another question. What do you look for in young players?
Yeah, I think that Indian players are very good players, because they are talented players, but the problem for them is that they don't have the chance to play a lot of seasons. If you compare with Europe, in Europe they can play from 4 years old to 18 years old with good resource, good fields, good coaches. And in India, some of the players that I coach, they start to play football with 14 years old. And if you play 10 years less than Euro players, you cannot develop all of your talent. But I think that India have a very good talented players.
Okay. And what does Indian football and footballers have to be what does Indian football players have, what they need to do to compete with European team? And you think it will take around 10 years for the Indian players to match up with the European teams?
Yeah, they need to play more, and to play more, they need to have better structures in the clubs, more categories, more teams, more matches in a season, and when they reach 18 years old, that they have played the same number of minutes that a European player with the same age. This is the main difference. It's not because Indian players are worse or something like that. No, that's not true. The problem is the structure of the grassroots in India. If IFF and the clubs don't develop the structure of the clubs, it's very, very difficult for them. But I'm sure that if you choose 20 Indian players with 6 years old, talented players, and you put in a professional academy in Europe, they can be a professional players in Europe also.
Okay. What was your first ever memory of football, and how did it shape your football career?
Yeah, playing. I have many good memories. I only played until 20 years old, because when I started in the university, I had to choose between play or coach, and I felt that I have to coach, because inside of me is asking to be a coach. But when I played, I remember the first season that I played with 5 years old. I played with the 6 years old, 1 year more, and I got an award, the revelation player, and I have a small award in my house, and it was very, very amazing, because it was my first experience playing, and I got a small trophy that I was the most revelation player. I think because I was the smallest and the smallest player in this league.
Okay. We are going to be taking three questions only because the short of time. So my next question goes: how did you adapt from European football to the Indian football, and what were the major factors you needed to change or look into?
Yeah, very good question. I think a coach always have to adapt when you change from a team, even in the same league, in the same country. But when I come to India and I watch the first matches, I could watch that all of the matches had many of counter attack and go to attack very fast and always running a lot, and we had to adapt. We had to adapt to this style and take part of this style to use for our profit, but also we had to change and we had to introduce a part of football combination, and after that our team could play in different or very fast counter-attack match playing, or a good combination play, and it is very good because the advantage was that all of the Indian clubs, all of the Indian players have to play in a fast football, in a counter-attack football, and now you have to develop the other part. Is more a combination, more positional to develop this part, but no, that's one part is advantage, but you have to improve the other one. The difference with Europe is that not always, but many times all of the players that you have, they can play in counter-attack or combination play, and you only have to decide, but you don't have to develop too much this style of play.
Okay. Is there anything that you want to tell the Indian football youth community to help them to improve? And what is what is the learning would you like to give them? And what are especially during this lockdown, what are the informatives and beneficial things which will help them?
Yeah, I think my suggestion is that if you want to do something, you can, and if you want to improve in your football level, you can do also in the lockdown, because you have a small place to to improve your technical skills. You can do that, but also I said before, if you want to be a better player, you can watch matches during the lockdown, but not as a fan. You have to watch these matches as a footballer that want to learn, and you have to look at the footballers without the ball and the movements and all of these things, not only the holder ball.
Okay. This is an interesting question, Mario. If you get a chance to coach big players like Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, or if you get an offer from Liverpool, Real Madrid, PSG, would you accept the offer?
Yes, of course. When you have the chance to go to a a good club and all of the conditions and your family are agree, this is okay for me, of course.
Okay. Just thing is, when you, as you are the professional scout also, so what do you look into young players?
Yeah, this is also a very good question, because a good scout, when he goes to watch a match, he will watch the player all the time. And I said before, 97% of the time you don't have the ball. You are not a holder ball. And if I'm watching a match and I'm watching a player that everyone is telling that this player is very good, or I'm going to watch him. But if this player without the ball is not an intelligent, is not a smart player, this is not interesting, because it's most important the things that you are, the movements and the decision that you are taking without the ball, that with the ball. There are many good players with the ball, but important thing is the players without the ball.
Okay. Lastly, I would like to introduce one of our India Rush players who was playing in Portugal in the 4th Division League, Sohil. Sohil, he wants to ask you a question. So, Sohil, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here.
Sohil?
Yes, am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, a little low, but I can hear you.
Can you hear him?
Yes, let me know.
Just let me just.
No, I cannot hear him.
Hello.
Sohil?
Now.
Yeah. You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. My question is, what do you think of Indian players in the European leagues? Have you seen any good Indian players in the European leagues? And if yes, what is your opinion on them?
I'll tell you, I only know 2 players in Europe. One is playing in 3rd division in Spain, and the other one He's playing in 4th division in England, and I think that these players are good players. You cannot see the difference between European players, but that I know is that the first season when they reach to European countries, they have some problems because they didn't know some skills that they need to play in Europe. This is that I said before about that the important thing is to play many matches, many minutes, and many practice under good coaches to develop all of the skills, not only the talented skills, because the talented are the same. You can find talented players in India or another country, but the important thing is to develop this talent of the players. And for me, it's when we have a very good talented players, it's important that we can move him as soon as possible. For example, the last season in Indian Arrows, where we saw Vikram Singh, a very good player, a forward player, and I recommend it to some of the clubs of Spain to watch him, because now it's 18 years old, is the moment. It's a little late, but if he wait 2 years more, that's too late to play in Europe. That's the important thing, but we can change this situation if we can make very good grassroots academy in India. If we make it, we can develop the level of the players in India, and with 18 or 20 years old, they can move to play Europe without problem. We saw in this situation with many countries. Now, for example, we have many Qataris players playing in Spain because they start with a very professional grassroots 10 years ago. And now these players are playing in second division B. But the important thing is to develop grassroots is that we need that India make professionals academy.
Okay. So thank you, Mario, for the answer. We have a last question from one of our young players who has got selected for an India camp in the under 17 India camp right now. His name is Sujal. Sujal, your questions to Mario. Sujal, are you there? Can you hear him, Mario?
Yes. Do you? Yes.
Yes.
Now.
Yeah.
So what is most important thing a football player should work on to keep on improving?
Say again?
What is the most important thing a football player should work on to keep on improving?
The most important thing for to develop the players is to make decision. This is the summary of everyone, because sometimes people say, no, the most important thing is the control or shooting or passing. It's not. The important thing is the decision. The decision that decision include when you are going to do a pass, the decision include the moment of the pass, the power of the to the ball, the direction. All of these things are included. This is the most important thing, and for that we need grassroots academies. We need that the exercise to practice have to do opponents, because if you don't have opponent, you are not playing in a real situation, and you are doing a pass, and this is very easy because there aren't opponent, and you are not develop the making decision. For example, when you play, when you always practice with opponents or with using cones to dribbling, to passing and a wall return automatically to you. This is good to develop your technical level, but you are not developing the making decision. And the important thing and for our players is the making decision, because the technical level of players many times is the same in first division, that second division, that third division. But the difference to play in the top division is if you make good decisions.
Okay. So, Sujal, I hope that answers the question, and wish you all the best for the India camp, which is going to be there in January. So, Mario, with this, we end our show. Thank you very much for your precious time, which you gave India Rush Soccer Club. We highly appreciate that, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavors. And I wish you all the very best. Do well. God bless you and your family, and hope to see you in India soon.
Thank you so much. Has been an amazing time to share with all of you, and for every players, every future professional players in India. Never give up, please. Make a hard work. If you want to be a professional player, you have to try it. But if you don't get it, you have to enjoy the way to try it. And after many seasons playing football, you will see that you have a very, very good friends in all of the teams that you played. And that's very, very amazing. It's not only to get to be a professional player, it's only to enjoy the way.
Okay. So thank you, Mario. Have a good evening. God bless. And message to everybody, the youth. Next Sunday, we are going to be having a football quiz contest, which is going to be on European football. So next Sunday, we will meet again, same time, 6 p.m. We got to see good quiz winners. So welcome back on next Sunday's episode. And lastly, thank you, Mario, again, and hope to see you again soon. Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Bye, everybody.
Welcome.
Have a
Thank
great
you so much.
Sunday. Bye.
Thank you.